is Josh. He's from Texas Roadhouse, and he has brought along a big slab of beef. And he's going to tell us how he's going to make this taste tremendous. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you got?
We
How
got
are you
some.
going to make it good?
We got some ribeye here.
Yeah.
That we're going to turn into some ribeye steaks.
Do you ever?
And then we're going to turn that into some prime rib of beef, which we serve both of those at the Texas Roadhouse in North Dartmouth.
How much meat is there? Like how many pounds is that?
This is about a 12-pound roast.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And so what are you going to do to prepare it? You got some ingredients over here.
We're going to prepare a rub,
Yeah.
which has a few different key ingredients to it. You always start with a liquid, and then you're going to add your favorite seasonings, whatever they may be.
What are your favorites over here?
Today we're going to use some chopped garlic.
Okay.
We have some black pepper, a little bit of white pepper, salt, red wine, which always goes great with red meat. We're feeling spicy, so we have a little bit of crushed red pepper, and then celery salt, which celery is just a great flavor to use with beef. So.
Josh from the Texas Roadhouse is feeling spicy this morning.
Absolutely.
It should be interesting. You can find the recipe and the ingredients online, as always, at foxprovidence.com.
Oh, we're so excited to have the Texas Roadhouse here in the Roadshow kitchen today. We're making our Roadhouse Prime Rib. So let's talk a little bit about the rub that we're putting together first.
Absolutely. We just have a few basic ingredients
Yep.
Any household would have. Today we're choosing just a few of our own. At home, you'd be making it with whatever flavors you like.
Okay.
So we're going to just kind of combine these ingredients.
All right.
Always want to start with a liquid base and adding the seasonings that are going to kind of stick to the prime rib
All right, so what do we
through that
put in?
liquid. We have a little bit of soy sauce, cut with a little bit of water here,
Okay.
just to kind of cut the powerness.
Is that about a cup or so?
Powerfulness of the what's that?
Is that about a cup or so?
Yeah, that's about a cup exactly.
Okay.
Then we have about a tablespoon of some crushed red pepper, another tablespoon of some celery salt, 2 tablespoons of black pepper.
Yeah.
Same here of white pepper. Then we have 2 tablespoons of salt.
What's that pink stuff there?
That pink stuff is red wine.
All right, and as you put the rest of that in, I wanted to ask you, Lenny, a little bit about, you love the great state of Texas, obviously, being called the Texas Roadhouse. This kind of inspired the recipe we have here today, is that right? Or?
Yeah, summer's coming to an end, so the purpose of Texas Roadhouse starting in September is to celebrate that you can still cook out, and we're going to do the work for you. Come in, get a nice hand-cut steak. We have a meat cutter who's on premise every day in his 34-degree meat room.
Yeah.
You can have anything from a prime rib to a ribeye, New York strip, a sirloin, or our great new bone and ribeye that we're actually serving now too.
Nice. You have monthly meat specials, right? So it's like you come in and, every month you get something different for a special.
Well, last month we did a rib fest, so we're focusing on our ribs, and this month we focused on our steaks, of course.
All right. Well, we're going to get the recipe cooking up. We're going to get the fire going here with the Texas Roadhouse in just a minute. We'll send things back to you now.
Dr. North to OR stat.
Gloves are on.
Gloves are on.
Ready for operation.
We are ready. All right.
And the operation is?
Josh, what's the deal? We've got a 12-pound piece of prime rib right here.
Yep, this is a ribeye right here that we're actually going to turn into a few ribeye steaks, so I can kind of show you guys in contrast to what the prime rib is going to look like on the inside when that comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut a couple steaks off this, show you how our steaks are cut in the restaurant.
All right.
Then we're going to slide this over to you. We're going to have you guys rub this.
Okay.
And we'll throw it in the oven.
Great.
And see how it comes out.
All right.
I'm ready.
So here we are. We're going to just kind of slice into this thing.
That is a
We'll show you how you can cut some steaks at home if you wanted to buy a whole ribeye from your butcher. It's probably cheaper to buy the whole ribeye than to go in and actually order butchered steaks. So
look at that. Glides
cut some
right
steaks
through.
right off there. Oh yeah. We keep our knives nice and sharp. Very important.
Well, look at that.
And you end up with a little bit of a tail fat.
Yeah.
And you see kind of how a ribeye steak has some marbling throughout. We're going to cut a little bit of that tail fat off.
I love the marbling. I love to eat that. I do.
Oh,
I know. I don't blame you.
Some people will eat the whole thing. Some people kind of cut around that. I would suggest probably a different steak than a ribeye if you don't enjoy a little bit of marbling.
Okay.
But then we're going to just maybe cut one more steak off this.
I can't believe how easy that goes through.
Isn't marbling another word for fat?
Yes, that's the
why you
fancy
like
way.
it. Yeah.
That's the fancy way to.
It tastes so good.
All right, so we'll just cut
I
a little bit of tail fat off there.
Yeah.
Put that aside. We don't really use that. Right.
Nice.
So that's what a ribeye steak's going to look like.
Yep.
In the restaurant when we serve it.
Okay.
We have all kind. We have 10-ounce ribeyes, 12-ounce ribeyes, 16-ounce ribeyes, and we now feature a bone-in ribeye also. But this is what a ribeye steak's going to look like. But we can now turn this into a prime rib.
Yep.
So I'm going to hand this over to you guys. We're going to throw this in the pan.
So that's about 10 pounds left, maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is the rub that we prepared earlier.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And what we're going to do is with gloved hands, just rub that bad boy up. We're going to get both sides, top and bottom. Make sure you get the ends really good because a lot of people love the flavor that goes into the end cut there.
Yes, you definitely need that like crusty, crispy outside there. Look at that.
You provide the sound effects.
I'm like the sound effects. Yeah, the soundtrack for our.
Do we have to flip it
rubbing
over?
the meat.
Yep. You want to flip it over, get the bottom really nice.
Got it, Patrick?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Let the man handle that part. Okay, there you go. How long do you have to cook one of these things for? This is a big cut of meat here.
Yeah, it depends on the size of the rib. You know, this is probably going to take, you know, a good 2.5, 3 hours to cook.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb with a roast is you want to go slow and low.
Exactly.
So slow cook it at a low temperature. Brings out all the flavors of the beef.
I think we got that pretty much covered. Look at that.
You guys
never have
like
enough.
a pro.
That looks great.
Okay.
Now let's just flip it back over.
Can we add more hot stuff to it?
You can, if you're feeling spicy, you can add whatever you want to it.
Okay. I just can't
All right.
stop.
I know. I think it's coated though, and you have a finished
We
prime
do.
rib to show us.
We do.
So let's make
we
the
have
swap
ones ready
here.
to take out.
So
I'm
you
gonna
put
step
that
out
in
of
the
the
oven
way.
for how long
Go
and
ahead.
how high? And
We're going to say at home you're probably going to want to do it for about 3 hours.
Okay.
And set your oven for about 300 degrees.
Yeah.
Add a little humidity to your oven like you would if you were baking brownies or anything like that.
Right.
With a pan of water in the bottom of your
I
oven.
didn't know that.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
tip.
Good trick.
tip.
Good trick. All right.
Always learning from these chefs, I tell you.
You need a spot there, Josh. This is a big.
We got, here, I'm going to take
massive.
this
Yeah.
one.
So we're just going to
You
kind of
take
trade
that.
paces here. I'll take
You
that
got
right
it?
out of your hands. Yep.
Okay.
So we're going
All
to
right.
put that right in.
Okay.
And we're going to take out our finished
Look,
product.
look at this. Oh my gosh. It's like filling up the entire oven.
And you can
Look
kind
at
of
that.
see the way that those flavors have come together
Wow.
on the outside of the rib itself.
There's that crispy outer
Yeah.
edge we were talking about.
That's good stuff
Yum.
right there.
What kind of a knife do we need for that? I don't know if this is going to cut it.
That's got the
We
raw
can
meat
use a
on it.
similar type of knife.
All right.
Let me see it right behind you.
Real quick, Texas
type of
Roadhouse,
knife,
Josh,
good
is
knife.
where? Where are you guys located for people that want to go try out this?
We're in North Dartmouth on
Dartmouth.
Florence Corner Road.
Okay.
Uh,
Perfect.
All right, come
So-
for a big piece of steak anytime. You guys are open various hours. We appreciate you sharing your talents with us. Patrick and I are going to feast on a slice in just a minute. Now